Hey guys, it's Lori, your cheeky crafter. This is the September 2021 Crafty Courtyard kit from Pink and Maine. It is called Pumpkin Season. And here I'm just going through the unboxing of the kit. You can see all the different cardstock papers that you get, plus the one orange glitter sheet. And of course you get your mesh envelope. You get sequins, a pumpkin stencil, then you get all kinds of stamps with their coordinating dies. These make pumpkins, coffee, books, bows, leaves. They also included a tool, a reverse tweezer, so that's really nice. And then the full 6x6 paper pad, 12 double-sided designs, and 2 of each sheet. So you get 24 sheets total, which is a lot of paper. It's the full paper pack. And these have some really great patterns on them. And I love these colors, the orange with the turquoise and the yellows. It's really nice colors for a fall palette. So let's get started. I've made 2 of each card, 10 different cards. So we'll get started with card number 1. And this first card is really super simple. I took the stencil and I just colored it with some Gina K, I believe it's Tangerine Twist. And then I'm just cut it down and I put some on some of that orange cardstock, cut a 1/2 inch strip from the orange glitter. Then I'm just going to glue this to the card front. And then off camera, I've stamped a whole bunch of pumpkins. The sentiment, it says Happy Fall, and that is from another Pink and Maine set. I think it's called, I don't know what it's called. I'll look it up. Anyway, so I stamped some pumpkins, and I've got one here that I cut out with the coordinating dies, and I'm going to use some foam dots to pop it up. And that's it, card number 1. All right, that stamp set was called Sunny Greetings. Sorry about that. All right, card number 2. Here I've just got some pattern paper that I've cut out, and I'm going to start with this orange, it's kind of like a tone-on-tone check, and then the flowers on top. And then I've got another 1/2 inch strip cut from the yellow cardstock that I'm placing in the middle. That little other strip at the top is just for the inside of the card. Sometimes if I have leftover cardstock, I will put a little piece on the inside. And so I do that several times throughout this video, you'll see. Then I've got most of the cutouts that you'll see here that I'm using are from Queen & Company's foundation dies. They have 10 different sets. They may have more now, 10 different sets that I own. And pretty much any shape that you need for a card is going to be found in one of those. So I use them all the time. But as you can see here, I'm stamping the largest of the 3 pumpkins, or the tallest, I should say, of the 3 pumpkins. Now I'm going to add the little stem at the top. And again, I'm using Gina K Tangerine Twist for the pumpkin, and then chocolate brown. Is it called chocolate brown? Charcoal brown, excuse me, charcoal brown for the stem. And then I'm also going to stamp the sentiment Happy Autumn in that same charcoal brown. And then I'll just attach that to the turquoise scallop. That's cut from the cardstock from the kit. And again, the scallop was a die cut from the Queen & Company foundation dies. I own all 10 sets, and so I intermingle them all the time. But they're great sets, and they give you, like I said, just about every shape you could imagine. Then I'm just going to add some of the glitter dots, and I made 2 of those cards as well. For this card, I'm going to follow along with a Queen & Company sketch here. They don't number their sketches, but they're all available on their website. And I'm not going to follow it 100% right here at the beginning because I've got that little scallop piece, and then I've got another piece of the orange glitter cardstock, but I don't have that thicker. I didn't do a thicker piece like it shows in the sketch, so I just have the 2 lines there. Then I realized that my card was much too long, so I had to trim it down right quick. So you'll see me pulling my paper cutter over so I can just trim that long edge off. Now that I've got that, I can work on this pumpkin. So what I've done here is I took the orange glitter cardstock and then a piece of the pattern paper that's that orange plaid, and I cut 2 different pumpkins with that die, and I also cut it out of green. Now I've already attached the green cutout to the pumpkin here. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and glue this pumpkin down onto that yellow hexagon that I cut out from the Queen & Company die. And then I will go back and inlay each of the pieces of the pumpkin. So, and then the other card I make, because of course I make 2 cards each time, the other card has the reverse. So you'll see glitter inlaid in the orange plaid outline. So here I'm just piecing back in each of the papers, And this turns out really cute. I really like the effect that this had with the glitter and the plaid paper working together. I thought it looked really nice. And so once I get those in there, I will attach this to the card front. And then you'll notice on the sketch there are 3 little circles. So I just cut those out again using Queen & Company circle dies, 3 different sizes, and I just cut them from scraps of paper that I had from cutting up the other cards, and I'll place them on here. And then for the sentiment, I've cut out the word hello. This is from an old Altenew word die that I had. I don't even think they have it anymore, but that's this card. All right, for this next card, I've cut 2 banners from from the pattern paper, and I'm going to attach them to this darker brown cardstock. This card is super simple. Then I'll just attach this to the card base. And again, I've got to do a little trimming on my card because clearly I did not cut my card bases to be the right sizes this time. So I've got that affixed, and then I'm going to put that other strip on the inside like I did. And then that other word hello, that's from another Altenew die set. So again, I don't know if they still sell it. It's just called Fancy Hello, I believe. And so there it is. I'm going to go ahead and add some more glitter dots. And that will be this card. And again, I made 2. For this next card, I'm using another Queen & Company sketch. The great thing about their sketches is that they coordinate with those foundation dies I mentioned, so you easily have card ideas should you buy the foundation dies. But I've just cut out that reverse scallop circle. You'll see that coming up on the next card, what I did with the piece that I cut out. I've got a sentiment here that I stamped after cutting it from a banner. And then I've got 2 pumpkins that I stamped and cut out with the coordinating dies, along with their leaves. So that's really nice that you can stamp the leaves separate and then cut them out. I'm going to glue one down, then pop up the other, and then I will just glue each of the leaves onto the pumpkin so it look, or I shouldn't say leaves, they're vines, excuse me. Gluing down those vines, and I stamped those in grass green from Gina K. Those are grass green from Gina K. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some more of the glitter dots. Pop those around, and again, I made 2 of these cards. And there you go. So now for this next card, here's the piece that I cut out from the previous card. And so I've got another banner that I've cut using a Queen & Company die. And I'm going to place it onto some orange cardstock and then adhere that to the front of a card. Then I've put some foam tape on the back of this little circle cutout, and I'll attach it to the card. And then I've got some leaves that I cut out from another stamp set. It's called Falling For You. So I've got those leaves that I stamped and stamped and cut. And then I'm going to put the one down, and then I'll pop up the other 2 and just make a little arrangement here on top of this circle. And then for the sentiment, I've got the word thankful that came from a photo play set last fall. It's just called Thankful. And so that's cut out. Then I used the orange glitter paper to cut out the shadow, and then just white cardstock for the word. And I will get that attached to the card. And there you have it, 2 more cards. Here we go with another Queen & Company sketch. This one is also another super simple card. You can see where I've cut out a scallop circle there and some hearts. I'll use the hearts on this and the scallop circle on another card, but I didn't want to waste the cardstock. So then I've got the the hot chocolate mug paper down. Cut this angled piece that's got a stitched border from a Queen & Company die. My stamp on there was a little bit crooked, but oh well. It's homemade, not Hallmark, right? Then I'm going to glue down those hearts that I cut out. They slipped a little bit, so let me re-glue that. Then I've got a mug that I stamped and cut, and so I'm going to pop it up onto the card. And then from a sticker sheet of another set from Echo Park, I found this little heart that matches the cups, so that worked out perfectly. And there's 2 more cards. And so that scallop circle I cut out before is right here, and you can see where I've taken this opportunity to cut out a banner, which I'll use on another die. So I'll get my pattern paper adhered to the front of this card, and again, I've got to trim it down. I love this tri-colored pumpkin pattern paper, and I wish that I would have thought about it when I was making this card. I should have just done 3 pumpkins in those colors, but I just did the one. Anyway, so I cut that angled piece out of the orange with some white polka dots. It's more like a splashy white because there's not a real pattern to it. But anyway, then a turquoise pumpkin, and that is colored with Ocean Mist from Gina K. And there it is. 2 more cards. And here's that brown banner I cut out from the last card. For these last few, I did not add sentiments. I thought I'll add them as I need the cards. Probably fall, maybe birthday, who knows. We'll see what I need. Maybe just a hello. But anyway, I've got this brown banner that I cut from the previous cardstock. I'm going to add it here. And then this circle here is the reverse from what I cut out on the next card, which you'll see in a minute. This little fox is from a Stamps of Life set called Foxes. It's no longer available, but I thought he was so cute I wanted to use him. And then I'm just going to color in his eyes with my True Black Spectrum Noir and color in his nose. And there you go, 2 more cards. Now for this card, I took another sheet and used the stencil, and I did a tricolor on the stencils this time. I used that Tangerine Twist, I used Sweet Corn, and I used Ocean Mist to make the tricolor pumpkins, and then I cut it in half to make 2 cards. So this card you'll see the bottom half, the other card you'll see it's on the top half, and then I've got that glitter sheet where I cut another 1/2-inch strip, put it diagonally across there. Then I colored each of the pumpkins with the same, or I stamped each of the pumpkins with the same ink colors. And I'll do the trio of pumpkins on the top of this one. They're on the bottom of the other card. So I glued 2 down. I'm going to pop 1 up for dimension. And there we go. Now for my final card, I decided I would make it a shaker so I could use the sequins. So I've cut out the pattern paper with that reverse scallop circle, and I'm gluing down the acrylic piece now. Once that's glued on, I'll grab my foam tape and make sure that I get it covered all the way around so that the sequins will obviously not come out, and so that it pops it up enough where they'll shake. So I'm trimming down the pieces so that they'll fit snug, but still I have to, make sure that they meet up everywhere so that the sequins don't slide out. So that's why I'm working here in these tight corners. And then also I'm adding, because it's a circle, I'm adding those pieces at an angle so that there's not places for the sequins to hide where you can't even see them. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm taking the time to get all of the foam tape in here in all the little crevices to make sure that the sequins are good. Once I've got that done, I'm going to just look at it make sure I can line it up correctly. Then I'm going to pull the sequins out into a little pile here in the circle where they'll be. Make sure that it's going to fit still, that I've got them in the right spot. And then I can pull off the foam tape. And then I'll be able to put that on top of the cardstock. Make sure it shakes good and all that stuff. So there we go. Once I've got it adhered, I give it a good shake to make sure they all jiggle around. Then I can attach this to the card front. And from that same Pink and Main stamp set, I've got a Just Because sentiment this time that I stamped on some orange cardstock and then just gave it a little angle on the end. Then I've got another pumpkin that I stamped and colored and 2 more leaves, and so I'll put those in the top right. So then once I finish getting the leaves glued to the top, I'll add that little strip to the inside of the card, and that will finish off my cards. So here again are the 20 cards, 10 different designs that I made using Pink and Main September 2021 Pumpkin Season Kit. I hope you've enjoyed watching me assemble these cards. Thank you for watching.